So I was asked recently, how would I, as the founder of the Sect of the Horn God, sum up the philosophy of the sect? Well, I thought about it for a bit and then came up with finding the primal aspect of the left-hand path, primal in history, primal in the psyche, thus obtaining truth. Now, what did I mean by this? The idea is, what we're attempting to do in this organization is try to locate that common DNA, which you would find in ancient occultic traditions. It's very similar to what Aldous Huxley called the perennial philosophy, trying to find that core philosophy. Now, this is, or tends to be, more from an Indo-European perspective, the ancient Indo-European perspective. This has nothing to do with race. We in no way condone racism, even though some people would like to think simply using the term Indo-European is racist. This has nothing to do with race. This has everything to do with philosophy. When my sadistic side comes out, I love to toy with the New Age pagans. One of the main reasons why this sect, this organization called the Sect of the Horn God exists, is because I don't like what the New Age pagans have done to, let's call it, that archetypal symbol, the horn god. Now, back in 2011, while being a caretaker on a winery in Northern California, and also owning a small bookstore on that winery, I put on events. And one of the events that myself and my lovely wife orchestrated was a pagan festival. Now, I had for a very long time been on the left-hand path, and I figured, well, living out in the country, I don't know if a left-hand path festival, if you will, would go over all that well. So I decided on a pagan festival, because I figure, why not? Now, the people who participated, they were fine. I had no problem with them as individuals. But their philosophy, I noticed, I couldn't help but notice how they interpreted the horn god. They claim that the horn god, is the male counterpart to the goddess, the male-female duality, if you will. But I couldn't help but notice how they had softened what this deity is, and how they see the world in this light, dark, good, bad duality. It wasn't long after this that I started the Sect of the Horn God. Now, I had been wanting to do something like the sect for quite a while. And this was that, I guess you could say, that added little boost that got me going. Because I did not want to, let's say, just start the standard satanic organization, if you will. I wanted to do a little more. I wanted to get down to the primal essence of what this philosophy, the left-hand path philosophy, is all about. Not only primal in history, but primal in the psyche. So the symbol of the horn god seemed to be the most appropriate symbol. Now, that is for a primal version of the path. Now, over the years, I have, let's say, taken on these New Age types. I've called them out on their silliness. For instance, one of my videos, modern druidism is bullshit, I think has more dislikes than any of my videos. I seem to hurt the feelings of those people who will partake in such practices as modern druidism. What they fail to perceive is that amongst the gods, the ancient gods, there was no dark light, good bad duality. That was brought to Europe, if you will, in European spiritual thought by Christians. And of course we know how Christianity was influenced by, or an offshoot of Judaism, and Judaism, or the ancient Hebrews, were directly influenced by Zoroastrianism, and that's where we get the original split of the good God, bad God. Just as, let's say, nature is neither good nor bad, even though the New Age types would want you to believe that it is good. Well, the truth is the gods aren't either. And it's a shame what the neo-pagans have done with these entities, because it isn't about good or bad, it's about order and chaos. So what we're attempting to do in the sect of the Horn God is to, let's say, force that evil back into the gods, to thus make them whole beings. So, in conclusion, my friends, happy Halloween, or for you purists, happy Samhain. And to you neo-pagans, modern druids, I know you're going to be playing in the dark during this Samhain season. Well, how about joining the Sect of the Horn God, where you can play in the dark all year round?